Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to day 27 of Vlogmas. I cannot believe we are on the last week of the year. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's been crazy, right? December seemed to have gone by like, I talked about Christmas sneaking up on me, and it did, because like even though I spent every day with you guys kind of like counting down to it or counting up to it or however you want to say it, it still just seemed to just flash right by. I was shocked by the time I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing Vlogmas 23, or like it was crazy. Yeah, and I'm scurrying, I guess is a good word, scurrying to get through some projects to have them just done by the time the new year hits. Because I always like count up my my yardage, and because I save my ball bands for the end of the year, and I see. So my mother-in-law does a lot of amigurumi and everything. So I have like a big canister that I save all my scrap ends in so that she can use them to stuff with. So it's kind of recycled, because there's nothing, they would just go in the trash if they were up to me. Because I don't make amigurumi, and if I did, I probably wouldn't stuff it with yarn. I think my holes would be way too big for that kind of thing. I don't trust myself doing something like that. But it works for her, so I will be taking that out and seeing how many basically Ziploc baggies that fits into. So which I don't know why, but it's like a big fun thing for me to do too. I don't know. I guess just like a quick look back at all the stuff I've done in like a big colorscape real quick, and then on to its new home. And yeah, so I am trying to finish some projects, like I said, so I can kind of check those off, and I'm trying to basically, like, whatever I can reach for, I'm trying to finish it. That way I can like move on to like the next, like this room, the projects that may be sitting in here, just like finish them. And then the only thing left are the ones upstairs that I've already shown you guys. And then we can actually talk about those ancient whips. But I'm going to try to, at the very least, finish one or two things before I start something. Like, I definitely need to finish more things than I start. I know that. Like, unless it's like some coasters or washcloths or something. But then that counts as finishing, right? But not leave projects laying around, I guess, is the moral of that story. And yeah, just that'll help continue downgrading and getting rid of things, and like either use them, sell them, donate them, gift them. Just get some things out of my life. Not my Stranger Things stuff or anything gifted to me. Once something's gifted to me, like it's precious to me and I love it. So, I'll use like if it's like candy, I'll eat it, or if it's soap, I'll use it. And that's not what I'm saying. I don't mean like, oh, I'm going to keep it forever and it's my precious, but I mean like, I'm not going to be like, oh, look at this great soap. Here you go. I don't want this, like I'll use it because it's for me and I love it. So I love everything that people give me. Doesn't matter. So like, unless it's something I literally just can't use, and that's very rarely have we run into that. Like, there's a use for, everything pretty much. So my finish-itis that I had talked about yesterday, I said I had started a blanket with this MVP yarn to get it out of the way, basically, and use it up. Because I wanted to use it. I just couldn't think of anything to do with it, right? The color name on this, by the way, is just orange black. I didn't say that yesterday, but it's just orange black. And I had 4 of these. This is my last one. My third one that I had been using yesterday is now just a little ball like this. I'm going to finish up a square and then have to join this one to it, most likely. I don't think it'll make a whole other square, but it might, I guess. And let's see, my joining color, I did bring the blanket. It's still attached, so I had to, it's just a red heart. I don't have the label. The label's actually out there with my I I was going to say gaggle. Would that be appropriate? My gaggle of yarn ball bands? My group of yarn ball bands, my collection of them that I still have to count up. Which I usually do that on New Year's Eve, but I'm going to be working on New Year's Eve this year. Think on that one. And it's supposed to be 50. So it's going to be a wild night, I bet. Anyway, this is just I can't think of the name of it, but it's just the regular amethyst, maybe? It's amethyst. The Red Heart Super Saver Purple. You know what's really funny? I don't know, I'm sure I've mentioned, like, the story of David and I before, and we've known each other a very, very long time. And I came to a yard sale here in town that ended up being his, to, like, just support him or whatever, you know, and everything. And I had bought some yarn because he had got it for other, like, craft things that he was doing. He doesn't crochet or knit or anything, but he was using it for something, I don't remember what, something to do with his photography at the time. And this was one of the skeins of yarn. I knew it because it had his yard sale sticker on it. And I told him, I said, this went from you to me, and now I'm putting it into a blanket. Isn't that funny? And it's pretty floppy, as you can see, because I have gotten some use out of it here. But I had made a bunch of these. This is what the squares ended up coming out like. Really, really, really busy, right? And the thin purple does kind of break it up. Which, I mean, it is just going to be a busy blanket. I'm not going to lie, but I kind of love it. I made some squares with this. Obviously, you can see it against it is not the same purple. This is like a Red Heart with Love. And it was just a scrap of it that I had used to make like some minion scarves or something. And then same, like this orange doesn't match. It was just a scrap of orange. And then I had this wonderful green that was a scrap of, I'd made a Frankenstein ragdoll with it. Some of you guys might remember seeing. But it was a Craftsmart? No, it wasn't. Hobby Lobby? It was a Hobby Lobby. Yeah, it was Hobby Lobby yarn. And then just some black Red Heart Super Saver that I had when I had frogged one of my ancient whips, and I frogged an old graph blanket, a Fozzie blanket. This is part of that. So I see if I can get it. And I've just been joining away, and I have 3 squares made since I talked about this last night. So I'm 7 squares away and I'll be done, except for the border. And I haven't shown you guys this because I was so excited to just show it to you finished. But let's see, here's where the orange is. Like this row is going to be Halloween and then orange and then Halloween and then orange right above the purples. Hopefully you can get a good view of the colors right there, but hopefully you got some good idea of everything and where it's laying and everything. But yeah, very busy yet Halloweenish, kind of like a Halloween gingham blanket. But I'm really, really loving it. Like I said, especially with the color broken up a little bit. And like I only had enough of the black and the Craftsmart, the green anyway, to make 3 squares. So that's why all the other ones ended up 3 squares. That's how I decided the size of the blanket and the pattern for the blanket. And then I'll figure out what kind of border I want to put on it when I get to that. Maybe nothing too fancy, I don't know. Because it is kind of just I'm using an H hook, and these squares are like super tight and super wonderful. And the blanket itself is really warm. Maverick and I have already been cuddling under it as I've been working on it. Just trying to fold it up again. But yeah, so that's one of the things that I'm trying real hard to get finished with my, oh, there, you can see the colors, how it's coming out. And that's about, it'll be, after I finish this row, there's going to be one more row of all Halloween color, like the black and orange, and then it'll be done. So I'm so close to being done with it, you guys. I'm very excited about that. And then I will have no more, hopefully, of this MVP yarn. It's not that I don't like it. I have thought of one other blanket idea that I would do, which is like a chevron with it, with some solid stripes of the same type of colors. But other than that, I don't know. That's what it's so busy. That's all I can say for it. It's so busy. But hopefully you guys like it. I like it. And yeah, anyway. So that's one of my finisher-itis projects. Like I said, I have another, I have a corner to corner that I'm making, and that's sitting there. I've been even debating, for those of you who remember my giant size Baby Yoda, and I was like, I hate working on it. So I just set it aside and let it just sit there and stare at me blankly with the no face that it has on. I might finish that. I don't know. I've been debating on making it into a Teletubby just because it would almost be a complete Teletubby. We'll see. We'll see what I do with it. I do still have the pattern for the Baby Yoda, so that would work out. That one will be yes, I want to finish things, but that's going to be on the back burner some while longer. One day I'll finish him, maybe. Anyway, so today was spent cuddling Maverick. I didn't feel very good this morning, but I'm feeling better now. So I just did a lot of Maverick cuddling. Since I'm feeling better tonight, David and I went out and grabbed a bite to eat, just at Culver's, like nothing fancy or anything. I didn't change out of my Harrington shirt that Samantha got me, which I've been happily wearing all day today. But now it's covered up with my big sweater because I'm freezing in here. And yeah, so probably what you guys have been waiting for is my yarn advent calendar that we are still opening up. You can hear the packages because they're inside here, the ones that I've opened already. But if you have not seen this yet, this fabric that this bag was made from was printed just for me and then made into this bag, which I am in love with. And the colors were the inspiration for my advent calendar, which I'll just preface saying this now because I have mentioned it a few times, that I know it is inspired by this, and I know that every single sticker has white around it, but I am not loving the amount of white that has been in this calendar. So I'll probably just use them all together. Instead of, I was thinking about mixing them at least with one other advent calendar of minis that I had, but I think I will probably just use these all together since they are definitely all the same, linked by the same white, you know. Almost every skein has got at least a little in it, and I do understand it's because of this, but so today we're going to open number 14 because I am also trying to enlist you guys' help to come up with names that are Stranger Things inspired for this yarn. I like naming my yarn. I don't know why. Maybe because my first advent ever, it was named. But now I like to name it. So, that being said, let me open this packet so you can get a preview. Did you get a good look? Is there more white? Okay. All right. So, there is more white. quite a bit, as you can see. There is blue that is striped in there, different, like kind of different shades, because there's definitely darker blue down here. There's a much lighter, more faded blue here. And then let me find a good spot so I can try to show you. But there is like a twist of yellow, just a sprinkling twist of yellow. See that yellow right there? There's just been a little teeny bit, there might be a little there, a little teensy bit of yellow, like dropped in there, just enough to make it yellowy greenish around it. As far as a name for this, like it reminds me of like a cloudy day. It reminds me of like the sun just kind of peeking out right here, or the stars or the moon or whatever. Or it would remind me of like ocean water, except for the yellow. If the yellow weren't in it too, I would have even said this would be a really good representation of the snowball because of the blue and the white. I'm trying to think if there's anything like yellowy about the snowball. Maybe it could still be the snowball. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything else either. Like the other one that I said was Billy looked a lot more denim-y. So like I feel like that's a better candidate than this one for like a Billy themed yarn. This one could maybe be the swimming pool, the Hawkins swimming pool, where Billy was the lifeguard. Because of the, you know, the sunny weather and the water. It's kind of a stretch, but there's an awful lot of white. To me, that's more of like a cloudy day or something, but I don't know. Any ideas, you guys? Anybody? Desperate need of help here. It's very pretty though, and I do like it. That's gorgeous. I bet Miss Bella would love that if it wasn't for the fact that this is superwash merino. All right, so that is that, and we are going to file that away in the project bag for tonight. But yeah, hopefully somebody's got some ideas for me out there. I love reading you guys' ideas when you have them for some of the names. And like I said, I figure towards the end of the calendar, we'll get together and talk more in depth about the names and pick something. There's been a few that like when I saw it, I just like kind of had my heart set on whatever it was at the time, not gonna lie. But other than that, yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys. I guess I haven't talked about the weather, but for my corner of Michigan, it was snowing again today. Nothing crazy, just like some flakes. And I believe it's supposed to snow tomorrow, which for me is Tuesday. I know this is Tuesday for you guys. So today, I believe it's supposed to snow today. But then by like Thursday, it's still supposed to be like, I don't know, 40. And then they said by New Year's Eve day, it's supposed to be 50. So like I read a news article that said something about having a beach theme New Year's Eve party. So yeah, total change in tides basically from the white Christmas that we had. Which white Christmas is nice, and honestly, if we don't have anything like this for the rest of the winter, I would look back fondly enough on this because like I was off most of the time. I got to stay home and cuddle with my pups a lot of the time. Everything was pretty good, honestly. Nothing crazy was happening, so the only thing that it did really was stop me from hanging out with Damon when we had wanted to for like Christmas Eve and such, but we'll make it up. It's all good. So we can hang out. We'll probably hang out this week sometime, like Thursday. Oh, that rock shop that I took you guys to with David is having a 20 or 30% off sale on everything. I think it is. I don't think it's 50%. That would be crazy. But I'm going to see if I can talk Damon into going Thursday as long as I have the day off with me and seeing what's on sale and what the prices ended up being. Not that I need anything, but at the very least, I thought I could get a couple of their grab bags and put that content on my witchy channel, which for those of you that don't know, I have a witchy channel to keep it a little separate from the crochet and the yarn. I know you guys do still get a little of my witchery talk poking through sometimes. You haven't seemed to mind it, so thank you. But for the bigger scale of witchery, I have that other channel, and it is linked down below. So I thought on that channel I could open up some of the like grab bags and see what we get, and I can always regift what I don't want, so it's not like I have to keep it all. It'll just be fun. But yeah, that being said, that really is all I have for you today. And I hope that you guys, for those just joining from Christmas, I hope you had a really great Christmas. I hope you have some New Year's Eve plans in the works, and it's what you want to do, and that you guys stay safe. And yeah, I hope you have a really great week. So I will talk to you again soon. I love you. Bye. Oh. We're still here, guys. I love you.